That is our apricot jam made. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today we are making apricot jam from frozen apricots. I've got 3 kilos of apricots, and you can chop these all up if you so wish, or you can just boil them down in the pan. So I'm going to go in there with a bag full of apricots and their little bit of juice that they've come with, and we are going to take some apricots and we are going to dice them all up quite small. Not complicated at all. All we're going to do, because that's going to help it break down in the pan. And you don't even have to be fine when you cut this. Just cut it any old how. Mash them up with your knife. Now, you can whiz this up in a blender if you so want, but then you're not going to have many, or you're not going to have much texture in your jam. Now, by doing it like this, we don't have those big bits of apricot in the jam. If you want those big bits of apricot, just boil them down. So in we go. Let's give these a little bit of a chopping over. Now, apricot jam might be cheap where you are. It's very expensive here for what it is, but it's so simple to make. I mean, it really is simple to make. And apricots carry a good amount of natural pectin, so you can reduce the sugar in the jam. However, don't forget, sugar is a preservative in jam. And there we have it. Just wipe up the mess that we've just made, which is very minimal. Now I'm going in there with a pinch of salt, but you don't have to do. I just want a little bit of salt in there. And we've got the juice of 2 lemons. Flame on. Now what it's going to do is going to start to boil up, break down all that fruit. We're going to keep giving it a stir till it starts to break down, and then we're going to add our sugar. Now, as you can see behind me, I have quite a lot of sterilised jars already. I'm doing quite a lot of jars of pickles and jams. All we do, bring it up to the boil, start it boiling off, all the fruit's going to soften up in there, and then we're going to tip some sugar in. That's it. It is very, very straightforward. Now for me, what I like to do, I like to soften up the fruit a little bit first before going in with the sugar. Other people just chuck the sugar in as soon as it starts boiling. Okay, I understand that, that's fine. But I like to just soften up that fruit first and then put the sugar in. Okay, so it's very straightforward, as you can see. We're just actually softening this up in here. Now, if you think your apricots are too big and they're going to be too big in your jam, they are softened enough just to put your spoon through them. Right, we're going in there with some sugar. I'm putting all of that in, that's 1 kilo. Now, for a recipe like this, it's 1 to 1.5 kilos minimum sugar to make jam. Minimum. Now I'm erring on the side of not having too much sugar, but we might have to add another half a kilo. Now I always try and err on the side of less sugar. Now it's not just because I'm worried about being a diabetic or anything like that. It's just that I like to have that natural sourness come through in all my jams. I just do not like all the sweetness from sugar, even though it is a preservative. So what I tend to do is err on the side of less sugar and make less jam, i.e. this will probably make 4 or 5 jars only, and that's enough. And by the time I get round to using the 4 or 5 jars, it's not all going to go off, and then we'll just carry on and make some more. Okay, that's good enough for me. It's a little bit loose because I'm erring on the side of less sugar, and I'm not putting pectin in here. I'm using the natural pectins of this apricot. It will set up, but it's not going to be a solid jam. I'll show you when it sets up. But that is our apricot jam made. So turn off the flame, and we need to start to jar this whilst it's still hot. Okay, and a very important job when you're doing any jam, make sure you wipe round the rim of the jar. And then on with your lid. So there we have it, apricot jam made. Easy as that. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put them in a pan of boiling water over the top of them. I'm going to boil them for 10 minutes. That's going to sterilize everything outside and seal the jars. So these are on hand tight. And that's all we're going to do is seal them, and that's apricot jam made. Now if you like what we're doing, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe, share with your friends, all that kind of stuff. Catch you in the next video.